Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Ghost Town on PCVR. Now this game previously released on Quest about a month back, and I did a full review of it then, and I just gotta say that I love this damn game. It is one of my favorite games of the year, without question. It's in the running for Game of the Year. It is a tad... sorry, voice kind of squeaked a little bit there. It is a tad short, but it is just like high quality from start to finish. And here we are at the menu, and we wanted to take a look at the PCVR build today as I try to load in here. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to look at the settings and go kind of back and forth. Okay, so here we are in the graphic settings, and I just kind of love it when a game automatically makes the changes on the fly so you can cycle through them and see in real time what this stuff looks like. So this is kind of what PCVR is going to give you. My guess is if you set it to low, well, I'll do low across the board this way. If you set it to low across the board, this is probably pretty close to what the Quest version looks like. Maybe a little different. Probably no foveated rendering going on here in the PC version. But if you turn it all on high, I turn it back to high here, you can really kind of toggle between the two here. We got low, and you notice like kind of a less volumetric fog. Certainly this car and the lighting and the reflections look much different. And then now, boom, we're back looking up here at the building. I can't stop wiggling so much. And yeah, you can see there's kind of no reflections on the side of this building, and I toggle it on, and then look at that. So certainly a pretty dramatic difference. In the lighting, at least, it doesn't look like the textures take a huge boost. I mean, they certainly do in areas, but I don't know if the textures really needed a huge boost, because this game looked fantastic on the Quest 3 and looks, even better on here, but it's not a massive upgrade. And I don't think that's a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination at all. We're gonna load in here. I'm gonna keep talking. I am playing seated today. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing whatsoever, because if this game were to just release on PC only and look like this, I think a lot of people would be very happy with how it looks. And yeah, this is just kind of a creepy... Oop, I hit my microphone there. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, we're inside the lighthouse here. And if you played the demo, it'll save your progress. So you don't have to replay anything. You can pick right back up where we were before. And I just love like the moody kind of atmosphere that's in this game. And it's easily, like I said, easily one of the best games of this year. And it makes you kind of feel, like you're in kind of one of those cold, kind of chilling, almost maybe like a Stephen King type of movie or Stephen King book. Really cool stuff. But we're going to head into the lighthouse here, and I think you're going to see some kind of creepier stuff to begin with here. And so, yeah, just for reference, if you haven't completed the demo, this is maybe half an hour into the game. And then this is kind of where like the really cool puzzles really start to begin. We walk into here, and then yeah, we'll show you a couple of the kind of creepy bit. Okay, we've reached the top of the elevator. I decided to skip that part because it's very cool, and I think you should experience it yourself in the headset and not on someone's YouTube video. We'll kind of scroll back here. But yeah, creepy as hell. Yeah, I definitely seeing better textures here. Now, if you're wondering, I'll put the price of the game up on screen if I haven't already done so. And this is also coming out for PSVR 2, but not yet. It sounds like they're still working on that version.
Never make this easy.
Ew. Yeah, I'm not going to walk across that just yet. So we'll head down this way. Yeah, this lighthouse is super cool, ton of fun. Like stuff like this, I love kind of the atmospheric, the floating, like the floating of those bricks and the little rays of light coming in here. Yeah, this game, it's made by the people who made The Room, if you're familiar with the Room series, which I'm sure most of you probably are. It's super popular. There we go. Oh, I screwed some. Oh, yeah, that's right. We have to twist these guys. We have to connect it through. pretty simple puzzle. And this, as you'll see here, this game is just kind of full of creativity. And once we do that, and bam. There we go. Okay, here we are. We're a little bit higher up into the lighthouse now, and it's pretty trippy. You can see stuff like moving all around the sides, and let's see what happens when I walk over it. Oh, looky here. It was right here's the change. So there's a whole bunch of like cool trippy things in this game that kind of happen like that, where you have to kind of manipulate things from, I guess, different paranormal realms, or so to speak. Once again, try not to punch my microphone. Ah, there we go. Yeah, this changes things up a bit. So now I can get at it from this way. As we spin, here we go to the northeast. Oh, we got us a lever. So yes, I played Ghost Town about a month back and was just utterly captivated by it and drawn in the whole time. In part because of the visuals, but more so because it's just a good game. It's a fantastic storyline that really just sucks you in, and it has really, really good character animations, really good voice acting. It's incredibly well done, and if you're unfamiliar with it, Ghost Town is made by the people who created The Room series. There's The Room's, I guess if you don't know what The Room is, it's a puzzle series that kind of first started off like on, I think, iPad. By Fireproof Games. They released a whole bunch of them on there, probably made a whole ton of money. And then it seems like they've almost switched their development to just VR now, because we have the Room VR, and now we have this. And Ghost Town is, I believe, their first game where there's like fully voice acted characters and like character animations that walk around, and it's extremely well done and very realistic looking. It just sucks you right in. So again, this is a game that I highly recommend. If you were on the fence about it, I just go ahead and jump in. I think you'll like it. It is a bit short at maybe 5-6 hours, but it's chock full of some pretty fun puzzles that, on the difficulty scale, I would say they are just about right. I think it's a puzzle game that everyone will be able to kind of do, but at the same time, it's not like so kind of boring that it's easy, and not so difficult that you get frustrated with it. And there is a pretty handy dandy little hint system right here where you can kind of drag that down and you can see a hint. I'm not going to do it here because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. And then there's kind of notes here that gives you little hints as to what's going on in the story, keeps you on track a little bit. And then this here is like your item inventory. Like this is your brother's inhaler. You're going to need that for something. And most of this stuff is used to kind of what's the word? Like banish or get rid of the ghosts that are haunting these various places that you're completing puzzles in and going through the story in. Story-wise, you are trying to rescue your brother, who got a little over-ambitious. Maybe I'll put some of that footage up on screen here, if it was in my previous video. And then, actually, I guess we can kind of use that also to kind of do a comparison of the Quest graphics and the PC graphics, because I'm sure I've got footage of this section here too. So we'll look up and around and down and do all that stuff. But anyway, I feel like I'm kind of starting to ramble. PC build of Ghost Town, absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it. Looks fantastic, plays fantastic, an extremely smooth game. Like I said, I've been playing for a few hours now. Haven't encountered any bugs. It runs just as good as the Quest version. And for my PSVR 2 fans out there, stay true. Hold with it. This game is coming to PSVR 2. It seems like Fireproof Games, they like to kind of release on one platform at a time as opposed to doing like a big multi-platform release. So, which I think is a good thing. You might have to wait a bit more, but you know you're going to get a really good and polished version here too. And I'm willing to bet on the PSVR 2 version, they're going to have some pretty cool haptics, some good like headset rumble going on. And you know, it's probably some hand and trigger haptics and that kind of thing. I don't see eye tracking being used for any gameplay elements, maybe just some performance stuff. But either way, this game is going to look fantastic on any system that you play it on, and it's really just going to suck you in, and you're going to love the game. But yeah, I'm BMacVR. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. And yeah, I think we'll cut the video off right about here. Maybe we'll pull this here lever And then, oh, yep, that spins. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you found this helpful. If it did, do that subscribe thing. Leave me a comment down below, all that kind of standard YouTube stuff. It really does help. So, yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next time.